Continuing on with cleaning up. So that was our first pose. This is the last pose in the sequence, pose 7. And what you want to do here is maintain your volumes and the model of the character as he turns and looks up. So you can turn on your bottom light, turn off the top light, and use your dark blue pencil. What you can do sometimes is just put one drawing on top of the other, and right away you see that things are a little bit small, so you can make his head the same size by just going over it around like this. Check the size of the nose. That's about the same size. So you can use your light box just to make sure that everything is the right size. So if you were doing a more exaggerated character, you might want his jaw to drop down, and maybe his mouth is a little bit bigger. All that's filled in. Just to exaggerate some. Maybe his eyebrows are way up like that. They've come off of his head. You can see the ears need to be a little bit bigger just to match your first drawing. So that's what this going over it yet again in blue is all about. Making sure all of your sizes match up. If his hand is coming towards us, maybe his arm needs to have a little bit of perspective on it coming out, and his hand can be a little bit bigger just to exaggerate. Kind of like that. Then you want to make sure that his body is the same volume, even though it's stretched out a little bit. So that's the name of the game here, is squash and stretch, right? Those fingers out like that. And once you're kind of sure that that's what you want, you turn your lights back on, get out your favorite dark pencil, get your padded paper underneath just to soften. That's a 4B. What else do I have in here? There's another 4B. Another one. God, how many 4Bs do I have? Well, a lot, it turns out. There we go, a 6B Kohinoor. And you can either go over this drawing on the page by rubbing it down first, or you can use a clean sheet of paper. So this usually works better with a kneaded eraser, but you can use one of these plastic jobs. We want his hair to go up like this. And you don't have to really press really hard when you're using a soft pencil. There's that eyebrow. There's that eyebrow. And that way you don't get those calluses like we used to get. I know the Blackwing pencil motto is, what, twice the darkness, half the pressure. At least that's what it used to say. I don't happen to have one here. Anyway, get a dark enough pencil you don't have to use all of your arm weight to make the line a nice thickness. So you don't have to press down quite so hard. That, and then you want to figure out where the fur on the other side is. Come down here. There we go. And then you want the back of them like this. Stretch your line down like that. Kind of like that. If I had been thinking about it properly back then, I would have given him a tail. So let's add it here. Just a light line like that. And like this. Give us a nice curve going back like that. Another curve, but the line's a little bit thinner. And then let's add that to this drawing. Kind of like that. And then you could take your blue pencil and fill in his mouth like that. And the eyes. The nose will most likely be painted a color, but so there's cleaning up your next extreme and checking all your volumes to make sure everything is the same size as we go from one pose to the next. So try that on your character and keep animating, keep drawing.